Hi guys, good evening. Super Duper Sarah coming to you in the IC. Today is Monday, July 16th. We are 2 months into the mentorship program. I hope you are engaging. I hope you are using this as practice grounds to use your skill set, to gain clients, to make connections, to grow your network, to learn from other people in here who are not doing exactly what you are doing, but who are doing something like you. All right, let me take just a moment here to invite the members so you guys know that I'm going live. So if you're able to join live, I'd love it if you pop on and say hi. If you're catching the replay, type replay and tell me what time zone you're in. So say replay Pacific, replay Eastern, replay Central, replay Mountain, wherever time zone you're in. I would greatly appreciate that if you guys would tell me what time zone you're joining me from. All right, so today we're going to talk about limiting belief language. This is a skill set that has been growing for me over time. This is a skill set that I have definitely been developing without knowing it, and now that I'm aware that I have it, I'm starting to practice that skill. I'm starting to grow that skill, increase that skill. I'm starting to see what it can do, because when I reflect people's language back to them, it helps them shift their perspective. I'm not judging. I'm not criticizing. I'm not critiquing. I'm not consulting when I do this portion of working with clients. Our limiting belief language can either help or hurt those around us. So examples of limiting belief language is, I would love to work from home, but I don't have the skills. I would love to work from home, but I don't have the time to learn how. I would love to work from home, but I'm not smart enough to learn how to do computer stuff. I would love to work from home, but I don't have the support system that I need. So if you listen, I'm telling you what I want to do, but I'm telling you the reason I can't in the same sentence. And this is what I mean when I talk about limiting belief language. I'd love to go to live the dream, but I just can't leave my children. That's a limiting belief. I can leave my children. I just have to create childcare, and then create backup childcare, and then create backup childcare in order for me to leave the state, to leave my town, to leave my responsibility of being the primary caregiver for 6 children. I need to have all those things in place. And having someone reflect my language back to me is something that dramatically helped me in my business back in, I believe it was November. And it was actually a call with Larry Hockman. We chatted for a while, and he said, "Sarah, can I say something hard?" And I said, "Absolutely. I am here for your coaching." And what he said to me was, "You're choosing to give away your time for free." And I had to stop and be like, well, and I didn't even push back. I didn't even say, no, I didn't. I didn't even deny it. Because I knew what I had just told him. I knew that what I was telling him is that I'm responding to a lot of people. I'm serving a lot of people. I'm serving a lot of the same people over and over and over again, and yet I'm not generating an income with my business. I have a defined skill set that people repeatedly come to me for, but I'm not charging them anything, so I'm not making money. And so what he told me is that, Sarah, you're choosing to give your time away for free. And once I had that realization, and then a couple months later, or maybe even a couple weeks later, I had a great coaching call with Steve Krivda. And he shared with me some of the language he uses to close clients or to close sales. And combining that new language with the realization that I was choosing to do something. So then I made a different choice. So I chose to charge for my services. I set a boundary. I said, I no longer work for free. And I have them. I'm going to lean into the camera. Sorry, guys. I'm going to show you the rules for my business, because I think this kind of stuff is important to go back. Now, I don't use this anymore, because now I kind of believe that Rules are for children and boundaries are for adults. And so now I have boundaries in my business. But this is something I created. I actually even dated it. It's 9/16. It says rules in my business. And I will take a picture and post this in my group. It says no work on Sunday. No work for free. Integrity and transparency. I only transfer money on Monday and Friday. Friday. And I work with people who deserve it and not need it. Now, those rules might seem silly and all over the place, but these rules that I wrote down were boundaries that I struggled with. These were my own limiting beliefs. So one of my limiting beliefs is that I had to show up and serve my audience every single day, all the time, or else I wouldn't have clients and I wouldn't have an audience. So I had to set the boundary for myself that I gave myself a day off. And it was actually my sister when I asked her to be my accountability buddy. And she's like, I got your schedule here, but so when's your day off? When's your time off? You don't have any days scheduled off. I'm like, oh, I don't take time off. I do this every day all the time. And she's like, you're going to burn yourself out. You can't ever come into it fresh if you never leave it. And so a while ago, I made the boundary that I don't work on Sunday. I don't do that anymore. Now I have a 0 level marketing or a non-negotiable level of marketing that I do every single day. However, I do have other boundaries in my business that allow me to feel comfortable with the way I communicate with my clients and audience, however, my prospects. However, that is being adjusted. That's what I'm learning in this mentorship program. That's what I'm learning in this 12-month growth that we're doing here together, is I'm learning how to set new boundaries for my business as it grows, because my business absolutely is in growth, and I hope yours is too. That's why we're here. I'm here to help you any way that I can. All right, so the other rules for my business, again, so no work for free. And that right there, this boundary in my business, this boundary directly addresses my belief that my time is not worth money. And I can show you right over here my limiting belief that I wrote down in 2014. And I hope I'm going to be able to flip right to it to show you guys. It's really, really, really cool when you can go all the way back and connect the dots on things, because that is where growth comes from. And this is where you get your courses from. This is where you get the thing that you feel qualified to teach other people, is your own personal growth. So I can show you in this notebook, it's the Ignition Mastermind. It even has my name on it, Sarah Cole. And here it says limiting belief. So there is 2 of them listed. I listed 2 limiting beliefs, and one of them is my time isn't valuable. And I got that from waiting on people and not being treated like I am important. I will overcome that by setting a time on calls, setting boundaries. Do you see that? I had a limiting belief, and right here is how I countered and overcame that limiting belief that I had. And so this is what makes me feel qualified. I'm going to get all emotional. This is what makes me feel qualified to help my clients when we get on the phone and have these discovery calls, because I've learned to listen to the language. And that's, again, it's a skill set that I have honed over the years in having people reflect it back to me. Mentors, the speakers at these events, reflecting it back to me, my own language. And so now I am careful, I'm learning, and I'm getting better about being careful with my language. And it's why I have affirmations in front of me. Right behind my camera on the wall here, I serve my clients with confidence. I am a creative writer. I am brilliant. I am an L3 leader. I am brave. I am funny. I am flexible. Up above me here, I have, and now I'll do what's best for me. And now I think actually I'm going to do a couple of manifestation ones. I'm going to do a money attraction one. I'm going to do a positive client attraction one, because when you put things in front of your eyes, you're able to manifest them into your life. And okay, so the other limiting belief I wanted to share with you guys before I close this call down here, because I think this is really relevant to my story, and I think I'm going to be able to shoot my narrative after I get off this live here. But the other limiting belief that I wrote down in this book from the Ignition Mastermind, and it's dated. It says that I won't ever have a life partner. I got that from thinking that no one will accept me with my children. It says I will correct that by acknowledging my worth as a friend, lover, and partner. And guys, that's why I do personal affirmations. I started doing personal affirmations more than 4 years ago now to build myself back up, to build myself up. I've been through abuse. I've been through divorce. I was a teen mom. I was a welfare mom. I've been publicly bullied. And in order to repair that and reshape who I am, I came up with the, I adopted the nickname Super Duper Sarah that Jason Legard gave me. And I went through and I did that work and dug into my limiting beliefs. And now I've transformed them. As you guys can see, I definitely believe that now that I'm worthy of having a partner, because Adam and I got married in February, and you know, the first 6 months, which next month is 6-month anniversary, we've had our ups and downs. It's been a struggle, but we've gone through some amazing growth. You know, we moved, we're buying a home, we're now remodeling that home. So we don't expect perfection, and the other one, that I don't believe my time is worth money. I actually now have the belief that our time, my time, is my most valuable asset. This is why my calendar, my weekly planner, looks like this. Because what I schedule gets done. And what is scheduled down here in this book, those are my priorities. These are the actions that I need to take to become the person that I want to become. These are the actions that I need to take to build the future that I'm imagining and envisioning and fantasizing. I cannot express enough to you how important it is to discipline your tongue. And this is something Diane Hockman has recently spoke about in her phase 2 part of the reboot, is to discipline your tongue. And she called me out for it, and I completely have stopped doing any engaging in her group or learning from her because I am a limiting belief. I have self-confidence issues. I don't know how to respond to being coached publicly. I cry or I get angry, and that's okay, but I don't want to damage that relationship. So I'm just like, oh. So you guys, I hope that you can use the IC as a safe place to grow, as a safe place to share your limiting beliefs, to share your transformations, to ask questions. There's no bad questions. There's no stupid questions. We all start somewhere. And if there hadn't been someone willing to help me back in 2014 when I started this, then I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So this is me serving and saying, this works, you guys. I joined an ad agency over the weekend and took on 4 clients, and I'm incredibly excited to see what this experience is playing this role will do for my own business. I am going to make a really big announcement. So if you have stayed on to the end and you would like to hear the announcement before it goes big, feel free to private message me and I'm going to share that with you. But we have a very, very big shift coming up. And I want to make sure those who would like to profit from it have the ability to profit from it. But stay tuned for the announcement. I need to pick a time and a date I can make that announcement. Wednesday. I will make the announcement Wednesday. If you message me by the end of the day, you will get the sneak peek. So if you catch the replay, private message me to find out about the announcements that's coming up on Wednesday, because something big is happening. All right, guys, listen to your limiting belief language. I love you. Make it a great evening.